Kelly Shaw, Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization. I'm near the Missoula, Montana area. I'm actually um, near a place called Ambrose Creek Road. There's been a couple of incidences just in the same month last year, August of 2014. A couple of strange disappearances and deaths. One was a hiker. The other was a guy up cutting firewood. I guess he was a lumberjack for the day. Um, we're in the area where the hiker actually disappeared and died under strange circumstances. Took him nearly about a week to find the hiker, and when they found him, he was at the bottom of the cliffs, dead. And they wrote it off as a climbing accident, a rock climbing accident. Well, his family and friends, I guess, stated that he doesn't rock climb at all. He hikes and he runs. So he disappears off the trails and he's found dead at the bottom. And then a couple of weeks before, a lumberjack goes missing, and he's found the day after they call off a search, a week-long search for him. And for some reasons, dogs did not want to sniff him out in this region, and he was torn limb from limb. And the strange circumstances is he didn't have any teeth marks or claw marks, and there's no blood from his vehicle. Well, anyway, I'm going to give you guys the rest of these sighting reports from this area. I'm actually about 10 miles away from Ambrose Creek, and I'm going to take the camera and I'm going to pan around and kind of show you guys the beautiful area of Montana and tell you a little bit more about these strange deaths that I think may be, there may be a lineage of aggressive Bigfoot. I think a lot of there's been a lot of physical encounters, and some of these physical encounters have led to death. So these people may have been killed by Bigfoot. I don't know. Strange occurrences. I'm going to pick up the camera and tell you a little bit more about it.
Brian Sullivan contacted RMSO with details of Baumann's incidents. Bigfoot may have actually got Baumann last summer. Go to Missoula's paper, the Missoulan, and check it out. George Alex Baumann, 56, reportedly left his Stensonville home at about 10:30 a.m. Tuesday, August 26th, after telling a friend he planned to cut firewood in the Ambrose Creek area of the Sapphire Mountains. According to the Ravalli County Sheriff, Chris Hoffman, Baumann was 6'4", 195 pounds. Wednesday and Thursday, a helicopter and local dog team searched for him with no success. Baumann's truck was located in the Ambrose Creek saddle, but there was no sign of George. 2 days later, another man was reported missing from another nearby area. He was found sometime later near the base of a cliff, very dead, that he had apparently fallen from during a solo climb. His family and friends said that he would never rock climb. He's not into rock climbing. He doesn't do it. He's a runner and a jogger. Anyway, a couple of weeks later, Baumann's body was found in a steep wooded hillside area a couple of miles from where he had disappeared. The local media didn't tell us all the details. The BBC, however, reported and gave additional details that the body had been torn limb from limb. No claw marks, no teeth marks. If a mountain lion or bear had killed him, the dogs would have followed the blood trail. So, seemingly, something picked him up near his truck. All of his gear was left at his truck. He's up there to cut firewood, and he's 2 miles away from his truck. The dogs would not track the killed Baumann. So it was something that the dogs did not want to track. No blood, no blood trail. Seemingly, he was carried 2 miles from his truck and then killed What does this sound like to you guys? I'm gonna give you guys the actual uh, report, the news report. The body of a Stensonville man who had been missing since August 26 has been found and recovered in the Ambrose Creek area east of Stensonville, just inside Granite County. Ravalli County Search and Rescue and Ravalli County Sheriff's Office located the body of George Alex Baumann, 56, on Saturday with the help of True North Search Dogs, a Helena-based group. After search efforts for Baumann were suspended on September 2nd, deputies had continued to investigate the disappearance. Ravalli County Sheriff Chris Hoffman said at the time the search was called off, but it didn't mean the case was closed, and the law enforcement would continue to investigate until Baumann or an explanation of his disappearance was found. Hoffman said in a news release Sunday deputies found new evidence far outside the original search area that led them to bring in additional search resources, and said the body was found in a heavily timbered steep area. Baumann was reported missing by a friend after he didn't come back from a wood cutting trip in Ambrose Creek in the Sapphire Mountains. The original search area had included roughly 3/4 mile circle centered around the Ambrose Creek saddle where Baumann's truck was located. It included multiple dog search teams and helicopters which aided the search and rescue personnel and volunteers on foot. This area of southern Montana is famous for aggressive Bigfoot encounters and reported deaths stretching back 150 years. Not saying it was Bigfoot, but the circumstances behind these disappearances and deaths is very strange and does not seem like it's a normal animal of southern Montana. We're going to keep looking around, keep on watching, we'll keep on squatching.
Think you can see the fish under the water from that?
Yeah, I can see him under the water. That means he can. He swooped down to the water.